Have you ever found yourself wondering, does she actually like me or is she just being polite? That uncertainty, that tug of war in your mind, it eats away at you. One moment you're sure she's into you. The next you're questioning everything. But what if I told you psychology and even Stoic wisdom from over 2,000 years ago can reveal exactly what to look for? 3 clear signs repeated every time, and once you understand them, you'll never misread her signals again. Before we dive in, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you're ready to master your relationships and your mindset. Watch this video all the way through, because what you learn today can shift your love life forever. Let me take you back to a rainy afternoon in Rome, not in the present, but during the days of the Roman Empire. A young Roman soldier, let's call him Cassius, was training under the brutal discipline of the legion. His days were filled with sword drills, long marches, and commands barked by centurions. But there was one moment in his day that he looked forward to. Each morning as he fetched water from the well in the forum, he would pass by Livia, the daughter of a merchant who sold scrolls and ink. She wasn't like the others. She didn't flirt. She didn't seek attention. She was subtle, graceful. And Cassius, a man trained to read movements in battle, couldn't read her at all. Did she smile because she liked him, or was it just kindness? Did she linger for conversation, or was he imagining it? He was stuck in a loop of hesitation, and that's the same loop so many men fall into today. You overanalyze, hesitate, pull back, and end up doing nothing. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic emperor who ruled during that time, once wrote, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Let your mind be clear and let your judgments be sound." Let's apply that Stoic clarity to our modern love lives. No games, no guesswork, just truth. Here are 3 unmistakable signs a woman likes you. Psychology confirms it, and Marcus Aurelius would have nodded in agreement. 1. Her attention follows you. Do you remember the first time you really liked someone? Not just found them attractive. I mean, when your heart raced a little faster. When your thoughts kept circling back to one person even during the busiest part of your day. Let's pause here. Close your eyes for just a second, unless you're driving, and think, who was that person for you? Was it the girl from your college lecture who sat 2 rows behind you and always smiled when you caught her eye? Or maybe the woman you used to see at your local coffee shop? The one who always seemed to order her drink just a minute after you? She said it was coincidence, but was it? Let's be honest here, when you really like someone, your attention follows them. It's not logical, it's emotional. And guess what? That's exactly how you'll know when a woman likes you too. Because just like you couldn't help but notice her every movement, every word, and even the way she laughed at something completely random, she'll do the same. Subtly, consistently, deeply. Let me tell you a story. There was a man, we'll call him Eli. Not ancient Roman like Cassius, just a regular guy from Brooklyn. Eli worked a boring job at a tech support desk. Same lunch every day, same chair, same walk to work, until she joined the office. Her name was Mira. She wasn't loud. She wasn't flashy. But there was something calm and magnetic about her presence. Eli didn't know how to describe it. He just felt it. Every time he passed by the break room, she was there. At first he thought it was chance. But then he noticed something. She started showing up just a few minutes after he arrived. Not before. Not randomly. After. And when he spoke in meetings, Mira was the only one who actually looked at him, not just glanced, but really listened. She remembered little details from conversations weeks ago. She noticed when he changed his haircut. She even laughed, really laughed, at a joke nobody else found funny. That's what we're talking about. When a woman likes you, her attention lingers. It orbits you, not in a creepy way, not in a forced way, in a way that's quiet, graceful, and warm. Let's talk psychology for a second. There's something called selective attention bias, a psychological phenomenon where your brain filters out everything unimportant and zeroes in on what emotionally matters to you. When a woman starts to like you, her brain literally begins to highlight you in her environment. She'll hear your voice more clearly. She'll see your name more often. She'll even start to remember the things you said, because they matter to her now. This isn't magic. It's biology, and it's deeply human. But here's where it gets tricky. Most guys miss it. Why? Because they expect love to look like fireworks. They want loud declarations, over-the-top texts, But real affection, true affection, is subtle. It's woven into attention, not into noise. Let me ask you this and answer honestly in your heart. Have you ever had a woman remember something about you that even you forgot you said? Like a story about your childhood, or a snack you loved as a kid, or a goal you once shared offhand. And then weeks later she brings it up? That's no accident. That's her attention following you. Trailing behind your words, absorbing them, holding on to them. That's sign number one. And if you're seeing it, don't ignore it. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If she's thinking about you, her soul begins to change color. Her world begins to shift to include you in it. She may not confess it. She may not even realize it at first. But her focus, her awareness, her little moments of recognition, they tell you more than words ever could. Now I want you to take a breath and reflect. Has there ever been someone who gave you that kind of attention, but you overlooked it? Or maybe, is someone giving you that attention right now? Don't brush it off, because real love doesn't walk up to you in a spotlight. It whispers in glances. It hides in timing. It reveals itself through attention. So the next time you see her looking at you when she thinks you're not watching, the next time she remembers a tiny detail about your day, the next time she finds a reason to stand just close enough to hear you laugh, ask yourself, is this attention random, or is it the first spark of something real? Because as we said at the start, a woman who likes you doesn't make it obvious. She makes it consistent, and her attention, her lingering, focused, quiet attention is the first real sign. 2, she respects your mind, not just your image. Have you ever had a woman look at you, and it felt like she was actually seeing you? Not just your face, not your clothes, not your haircut, but you, the man behind the mask. Think back for a moment. Go through your memory like an old photo album. Have you ever opened up to a woman about something real, something vulnerable, and she didn't laugh, or change the subject or look away, but instead leaned in? That's the kind of woman I'm talking about. And that's the second sign she truly likes you. She respects your mind, not just your image. Let me tell you another story. There was a man named Armin, a photographer in Istanbul. Rugged jawline, tattoos, rode a motorbike. People assumed he was a heartbreaker, just a pretty face with a dangerous edge. And honestly, he leaned into that image. It was easier to hide behind the aesthetic than to risk being seen. Because behind the tattoos, our man was a philosopher. He read Marcus Aurelius before bed. He believed in discipline, in calm, in silence. But most women never asked. Until her. She was different. Not loud, not dramatic, just attentive. Her name was Layla. On their first real conversation, she didn't ask about his motorcycle. She asked, "Do you believe happiness comes from outside or within?" He was stunned. No one had ever asked him that. And when he told her he read Stoic philosophy, she didn't blink. She just asked, "What do you think Marcus Aurelius meant when he said, 'The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts'?" That night, Armin couldn't sleep. Not because of how she looked, but because she made him think. That right there is the second sign. Psychologists call it intellectual intimacy. It's a connection rooted in values, ideas, and worldview, not surface-level attraction. When a woman wants to understand your inner world, when she listens to what drives you, what scares you, what you dream about when no one is watching, that's a rare kind of interest. Because let's face it, most of the world judges men by what they show, not what they carry inside. You've probably experienced it. Compliments on your body, your car, your confidence. But how often has a woman praised your restraint, your integrity, your need for peace over chaos? If you've ever found someone who does, even once, you're lucky. Because a woman who respects your mind doesn't want to possess your image. She wants to walk beside your truth. Now let's dig deeper. Why does this matter? Why is this a sign she truly likes you? Because attraction based on image fades. But connection based on values, that endures. Look, any woman can flirt with your style, but only a woman who feels safe with your thoughts, your beliefs, and your inner compass will keep coming back to your presence. She'll ask questions like, "What do you think about loyalty? Do you believe people can really change? How do you handle failure?" These aren't casual questions. These are soul-curious questions, and a woman doesn't ask those unless her heart is beginning to invest. Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be one." Now hear this. When a woman respects your mind, She's not attracted to the idea of you. She's drawn to your being, to the man you're actively becoming. You don't have to impress her with money. You don't need to flex your confidence. You just have to be real. And that, my friend, is far more powerful than any image. Let me ask you again, think back. Was there ever a woman who really listened when you talked about your purpose? Who didn't flinch when you spoke your fears? Who saw past your smile and into your silence? If yes, remember her. Because women like that are rare, and when they show up in your life, it means something. You're not just seen, you're understood. So if there's a woman in your life right now who doesn't just laugh at your jokes, but listens to your truths, who challenges your thoughts, not your ego, who sees your mind as a place worth exploring, that's not casual, that's connection. And that's sign number 2 that she truly likes you. So she creates space for you in her life. Have you ever felt like someone was trying to fit you into their schedule rather than into their life? You know what I mean. They like your company, they enjoy your energy, but only when it's convenient. You're an accessory, not a priority. Now think back. Have you ever met someone who made you feel the opposite? Someone who, even in the chaos of life, found little ways to make space for you without ever needing to say it. That, my friend, is the 3rd sign a woman truly likes you. She creates space for you in her life, even if it's inconvenient. And it's subtle, but it's powerful. Let me tell you a story. There was a man named Leo, a quiet, thoughtful guy. He worked in construction during the day and painted murals at night. His life was busy, not glamorous, just real. One evening at a local gallery, he met Ava. She was sharp, artistic, and had a calendar so packed it could stress out a machine. Yet something about Leo intrigued her. He was calm, grounded, stoic. They spoke once at the event. Just 15 minutes, but something shifted after that. Ava started showing up at the local coffee shop on the days Leo mentioned he'd be there. Not loudly, not romantically, just present. One time she offered to drop by the mural he was working on to bring him lunch. Another time she invited him to her friend's small exhibit, saying, "I just feel like you'd see something different in the paintings." Leo noticed something deeper. She wasn't squeezing him into her life. She was reshaping her life bit by bit to include him. That's the difference. Psychology tells us that we invest our energy in what we emotionally value. And when a woman starts making time for you, real time, not leftover time, that's a signal stronger than words. She might shift her schedule. She might text you just to check in. She might mention things she's doing in a way that subtly invites you in. It's not just a logistical move. It's an emotional opening. But here's the thing most men miss. It's not always grand gestures. It's not about her canceling a trip just to see you. It's the small signs, ones that reveal you're on her mind when she plans her day. She might say, "I'm going grocery shopping later. Want to come with me? I've got a family dinner, but I'd love to catch you after. Hey, I remembered you love jazz. There's this open mic night Thursday. Want to come?" Notice she's not just updating you. She's inviting you into her rhythm. She's turning her I into we. Slowly, genuinely. That is emotional space. That is connection. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Now think about this in love. When life is busy, chaotic, full of deadlines, that is the impediment. But when a woman still creates room for you despite it all, that's love becoming the way. That's affection that acts, not just speaks. Let me get real with you for a second. If you've ever had a woman who made you feel like you mattered, not in big, dramatic declarations, but in consistent, quiet choices. If she remembered your schedule, if she adjusted her plans, if she included you in her future plans without being asked, then brother, she likes you more than you probably realize. And it's not because she has to, it's because she wants to. But let's flip the mirror for a moment. Have you ever done this for someone? Have you ever rearranged something in your life because someone started mattering to you? Maybe even before you said it out loud? Then you know how real it is. We don't do that for everyone. We do it when someone begins to occupy a corner of our heart. So what should you look for? Not just does she reply to your texts? Not does she flirt with you in DMs? Instead ask, is she integrating you into her life's rhythm? Is she offering windows into her world, even if just a crack? Is she showing signs that your presence is anticipated, not just tolerated? Because when a woman starts carving out emotional and practical space for you, she's not just interested, she's invested. And that's a sign no man should overlook. So here we are. 3 signs, 3 truths. 1. Her attention follows you. 2. She respects your mind. 3. She makes space for you in her life. If you're seeing even one of these, don't ignore it. And if you're seeing all 3, you may already be standing in the middle of something real. There's one more thing that Marcus Aurelius teaches us. Something crucial to understanding female psychology and yourself. He said, "Don't explain your philosophy. Embody it. A woman who likes you will see your actions long before she processes her feelings. And the same is true for you. Don't chase. Don't beg. Don't perform. Be the man who walks in clarity, who knows the difference between silence and disinterest, who doesn't crumble in uncertainty, but finds peace within it." Cassius didn't ask Livia if she liked him. He didn't fish for compliments or decode every glance. He simply observed, stayed true to his path, and eventually, when the signs were unmistakable, he acted. The modern man should do the same. These aren't random signals. These are deep-rooted behaviors backed by psychology and echoed in ancient Stoic thought. And once you learn to read them, not with desperation, but calm awareness, you'll stop chasing ghosts. You'll know, because a woman who likes you doesn't just show it once. She shows it every time. So the next time you find yourself unsure, pause. Don't ask, does she like me? Ask instead, am I seeing clearly? Am I present enough to notice? As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, nowhere you can go is more peaceful, more free than your own soul. Find clarity there, and the rest will follow. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.